What is up, you guys? It's your girl Yinsu here for Upcomer, and we're back again for another episode of Showstopper. And as always, I'm joined by my awesome North American co-host, Tyler. Hello, Tyler. Welcome back.
Thank you, Yinsu. And today we have a very, very special guest. Forget Logan Paul, forget Jake Paul, forget Aiden Ross, forget all these other vloggers. We have the best vlogger to pro athlete in the entire world. It is Fnatic's Boaster joining us today.
Hello, it's a pleasure to be here. What's going on?
What an intro. Wait, what do you make of that? Best pro vlogger.
I know, that was quite the line. We'll be putting that up on the street signs when we have a Boaster parade going for Champions Tour, if we qualify for the Champions Tour.
After watching Logan Paul box, I believe you could beat him in the ring, Boaster. So I'm pretty confident. If you want to go to boxing, I have you in a fight against any of the Paul brothers, so...
I mean, I am pretty wedged right now. Check out these bad boys. You know what I'm saying?
He's ready.
He is ready. Well, let's start with our first segment on that note, which is Roast My Tier List. Now, we have a special edition this week. We're steering away from Valorant once again because, as you guys know, Boaster, you're kind of known for your singing right now. You've been singing a lot on your stream. And, of course, you used to play a lot of League of Legends. So we've decided to do a tier list of the world songs we have seen all the way throughout the years from Riot. But before we get into that, Boaster, I understand that you've been quite vocal about maybe getting picked by Riot one day to sing a Valorant champion song.
Yeah, I've been saying that for ages. Even when I was in League, I was like, oh, imagine if I get my vocals good enough and then I can do a League. I'll go pro in League of Legends and then I can get into one of their world songs like that way. So I'm not even going pro to be pro. I just want to sing a world song, you know? And then Valorant came out and then I was like, well, I'm kind of pro in Valorant right now. Maybe, just maybe, I can do a Valorant world song. Obviously, it might not be possible, but I can dance too. Whip out some like shoulder movements and whatnot.
They always need background dancers. And if you do it for free, because you're going to be there anyway, you'll be competing at Champions, obviously. So free labor.
I mean,
exactly.
Tyler knows people at Riot. He'll put in a good word.
Yeah. I mean, it's you know, you don't have to pay the standard day fee for background dancer. You can take it. You can dress up as like a demon or something.
I was just thinking, like, when because normally it's at the introduction of like the event and like all the teams come on. I'm performing, then I quickly go stand with my team and then back to the performance. Like quick pick, quick pose, like stoic pose, looking like a hero. Okay, back to singing.
That's the dream. That's the dream. And, speaking of singing, let's have a look at our tier list. We're starting with mine this week first. Now, Boaster, I don't usually put anything in the C tier, like on the show, everything we've done so far. But when it comes to League of Legends world songs, I feel like there's a pretty big disparity between like the god tier bangers and the ones that were either a little bit underwhelming or not kind of memorable. But yeah, what do you make of my tier list?
I think it's... I mean, Rise and Warriors, I'm with you on that one. If I think back to when I was grinding and like whenever I'm deathmatching or wanting to go pro, I either whack on Rise or I whack on Warriors, like when I was going to an event or whatnot. So those two are definitely S tier. I think the Z song, I'm not sure what happened with that year. I think maybe he can do better with another chance, because he is a good producer, right?
Yeah,
and
he's right.
I think Worlds Collide. No, I don't think that's a C. I was actually spamming Worlds Collide too because it's like we are the ones to ignite the darkened sky or something like that, And I was like, what is going on? But it was kind of hype at the same time. I think they're all good. Riot produced bangers. I'm looking at this list and I'm like, damn, son.
Yeah, I probably listened to every song on this list at least 100 times. At least 100 times. Worlds Collide also got screwed over because they're the only one without a music video. Like, there's no music video of Worlds Collide. It's literally just a stupid jewel spinning for 3 minutes. And it's like, damn. You did Worlds Collide really dirty.
I feel like I feel like Rise is boosted by its music video, right? Like that music video is so good. But let's look at Tyler's list now, because ours is actually quite close.
Similar.
Yeah, close this time. But he was a bit kinder about World Collide. But what do you make of the fact that he didn't put Warriors in S?
I'm trying to think.
I have a good reason. I have a great reason, Boaster. So like,
go ahead. Tell me that first. Tell me that first. Then I'm blame you.
So Rise, Phoenix, Legends Never Die. I was there at the tournaments covering them live for months straight. So I was in South Korea. Like when I think of Rise, I think of being in South Korea with my buddies, my journalistic buddies, players, and we're just banging Rise every single night. Like dinner, we're singing Rise. Karaoke, we're singing Rise. Even though they're like the thing is like these songs, like the song, like Rise has this like memory of mine of me being in South Korea 2018. Like that tournament is like Rise to me. Just all like the nights out with my friends, doing all that hard work, interviewing people. Like when you're at a Worlds tournament, the song is playing 24/7 and it just becomes your osmosis. So that's why obviously Phoenix and Legends Never Die also up there. Warriors, again, I wasn't at the 2014 World Championship. I feel like if I had been there, Warriors probably would be like an S tier just because it would like have more memories for me. But like back then I was like working from home. I was working from like Windy. I went to like, back then I was being paid nothing to write about esports. So I was like going to McDonald's to get their free Wi-Fi to write about, 2014 league. Not the same feeling of being in South Korea, watching these teams play right in front of my face, like at night in, night out, like being with friends. And so that's why I have Rise as an S tier, because when I think of like the best tournament I've ever been to, some of the best memories I have just as a person, just hanging out with people, meeting new people, experiencing South Korea, one of the best countries in the world, that's Rise to me. It's not just a song, it's a memory for me.
Oh, I kind of feel bad for flaming you now. Yeah. I mean, what do you think then, Boaster? Do you think that Warriors for you is at that level? And also, like I said, Tyler was a lot kinder to World Collide as well.
Yeah, I think I'm more on the same page as you, Yinsu. I think Warriors and Rise at the top. Phoenix, the chorus, it could have banged more, but it was still kind of a bop in terms of the message that was sent, like the cinematic with Rookie, Caps, Faker.
Yeah.
Those three.
It was
those three. Okay. It was those three.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. Like all the flame they were getting, and they turned it into kind of like a cinematic. I'm looking forward to mine. No, I joke. Legends Never Die. Legends Never Die. It was okay. I put that in B probably. I'll probably put Worlds Collide over that.
Oh, okay. Well, let's do your tier list then, because you're kind of already starting your own tier list. So let's officially have that. Why don't we start from the bottom? Is there any that you put in D tier?
Nah. I don't think any. Like writing songs is extremely hard, so I'm not gonna put any songs into D tier.
Cool. Okay. Any in C?
I'm happily to. I put the Z one in C because
Ignite.
Ignite. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't give it many listens through. Maybe one, and I was like, this one's not as much of a bop.
Okay, well, let's move on to B now.
We're taking over.
I like how you're singing them.
No, I think that one would have been hype, like live and whatnot.
Yeah, I think the pandemic hurt it. I think the pandemic hurt Takeover. I think the pandemic and like everyone was all indoors, no one got to experience it. They didn't do like a live stage performance with the performers. So I think like Takeover is a bop, but like I feel like it doesn't have like, oh yeah, here's the Imagine Dragons playing in South Korea with drums behind them. Like they don't have like that iconic memory.
Yeah, I think we'll put Takeover there, and I'll actually put Phoenix, Legends Never Die, and Worlds Collide on A.
Ooh.
And then Warriors and Rise on S.
Oh, nice. I didn't know Worlds Collide had that many fans of the song. I just always thought it was like the one that people didn't hate, but also didn't really like hardcore stan.
I was spamming the 24-hour version on YouTube. They always whip them out.
I will say this: Worlds Collide is the best song for like a promo package. If you listen to promo packages with Worlds Collide in the background, it's so good. Like all like the promo teases for like 2015 Worlds were bangers because Worlds Collide is really good as background music for like hype like promo packages. So that's also a plus for that. But going to Champions, I mean, I already know like they're it's going to be an all out thing they're doing. How hyped are you for the first Valorant Champions music video? Do you want to make your pitch now to be included in? It's like, are you like, please animate me, make me, I'll be anything, make me I'll be Breach, make me Breach. I'll be Ostrich. Put me in
I think
anything.
I could be Jet.
You want to be Jet?
Yeah, you know. What's this?
They're like TenZ or Boaster for Jet, and it's should we animate as Jet?
What is it? It's like, it's super annoying. Always dying first or something.
Well, yeah, give us your pitch, because like you said, you enjoyed the Phoenix video, right? When they animated everyone. And I assume the Rise video you must have really enjoyed when they animated like Ambition. I've seen you do the Faker meme with the Rise like all the time. So if you were the director, or if you had like free reign to make the Valorant Champions music video, how would you like for it to be if it included you?
Goodness me, you're putting me on the spot here. I'd need like at least an hour of like getting my creative juices going. But if on the spot right now, how would I do it? I'd have like everyone rushing for the spike and then me there just sitting on it playing a ukulele. No, I'm joking. I honestly don't know. I mean, it would have to be epic, wouldn't it? Lots of like competition, because the best music videos are ones where it's like there's like a challenger. It's like each challenger, like you're doing the Elite Four in Pokemon, or you're doing the each on the Rise one where they did each team and stuff, and you recognize the faces of like Perks and Uzi and whatnot, and it was kind of like that's kind of hype. So it'd have to be something like that, but I've not figured it out yet.
I mean, you're a pretty easy person to animate, so I think Riot would have a ball with that.
You can't miss this nose.
Your mum's going to get annoyed about that, so don't say that. But okay, well, moving on to the second segment. Now, this is something a little bit different. First time we're doing this on Showstopper, but we are going to give you some words, Boaster, and I would like to have you to give us a word association. So just give us one word, whatever I'm throwing at you, and maybe an explanation as to why you've chosen that word.
Good. Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, well, your first word is Derke.
TenZ.
Why have you chosen TenZ?
Don't know. I was just thinking of TenZ right now. I don't know why. I think it's because I don't know. I was just thinking of it right then. But in terms of Derke and TenZ, quite similar play styles. Which one's going to be the world's best player? We'll find out next event. Well, the big event, the big Champions event. We'll find out there.
We will indeed. Well, your next word is Doma.
I was going to say thumb.
Why?
I don't know. I don't want to say why, but it's just the way like he kind of like waddles around. I don't know why I say thumb, but like if a thumb could walk, I think Doma, for some reason, I don't know, man. He won't find offense to this anyway. So it's good.
Okay, well, your next word, you might be sensing a pattern here for your next word, but Magnum.
Right, with Magnum, so many words flew into my mouth. My head.
All right, give us one.
And to be fair, the biggest one was just disbelief. Like, oh my goodness, I don't even know how to. It's just like, that's it. Magnum is.
Why?
Yeah, whether he's saying something funny and saying something funny when we're like sitting together chatting away, or whether he's like being an idiot, or whether he's shaking his aim in game, or whether he's just that sort of person that like you like, and it's just like, I don't know. It's not like, but it's like, I don't know how to explain it. Leaves you speechless.
We found a new word today to add to the dictionary. Your next word is Mistic.
Curly hair.
That's 2 words.
Curly. Curly gal. Curly, perm. That's as soon as I thought Mistic, I just thought of those little spaghetti heads.
Okay, and the last word from me before I pass it on to Tyler is mini.
Small.
That's fair.
Is he as small as his name denotes in real life, I guess?
Nah, he's just posture, you know. Like if he sat up straight, he'd be 6 foot, you know. He's not that small. I can't really talk. I'm quite small. He's only a bit shorter than me.
Okay, well, I'm moving this on to Tyler for a few more words.
All right, here's my list. Not as easy as Yinsu, who just gave you your teammate. That was softballs. What are easy. That was the beginner course. All right, first for me, Sentinels.
Revenge.
That's good. You could also have said the best or world champions.
That's 2 words, mate. That's
number. You could have said number 1 or gods.
Yeah. Or
the Avengers.
I could have said 5-0.
That could have fit too. That could have fit as well. This one's a bit easier. Iceland.
Amazing.
Yeah, I'm jealous.
I wasn't sure which word to say, but when I thought of Iceland, I was like, oh, it was kind of a sick event, you know. So, and then I just reworded it to one word. Amazing. I was gonna say cold, but I kind of liked it cold, you know. Better than it. It's boiling in it. I'm sweating every day trying to stream for a few hours, and I'm dying.
I kind of want to bring that up really quickly. Like, how does it feel to go from, I think, a few hundred viewers to now, I think you averaged 6,000 your last stream. Like, how does it feel to literally pretty much overnight go from, a small community to basically being one of the bigger communities in the European Valorant scene?
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, I'm kind of speechless as to the kind of growth that I've seen and the support I've had. All I was thinking was for years and years, I just thought, like, if I could make it to an event and just show, like, be cheesy and just cheeky, maybe people would like me and stuff. And then I'd be like, kind of like chilling. And we made it to this event, and I kind of forgot that that was my thought process like 4 years ago. And I got to this event and I was just thinking solely on the winning, and that was it. And then my kind of extrovert personality when the camera's there in front of me and I'm like, there's a camera, do crazy stuff in front of it. And I'm like a little puppy when it comes to it. And people seem to have liked it, and now the support is like crazy. And I'm just super grateful, and I'm just trying to do the best that I can because I'm older now, and I guess I'm older and I've grown up a little, and I just want to almost be a role model to some people and hopefully do better than when I was like 19 and 20 and stuff, and like some of the stuff, my actions and whatnot. I just want to, like, in terms of like going pro and whatnot, I just want to do better now.
That's very wholesome. But from wholesome to sadness, the next word is TenZ.
Oh, God. Hurry up with my damn croissant. That's Kanye West. No, but yeah, TenZ, he's a bit of a god. Nice guy, too. Yeah.
Tyler's happy with that answer.
A lovely fellow.
Yeah.
Another North American player, Vanity.
He's kind of buff, isn't he? Buff. He's got a buff brain and a buff body. You know what I'm saying? That guy's wide. You better watch out. Like, if you're fist bumping him, my fist would like go in and disappear.
That might be the nicest compliment we've heard of anyone on the show. So congratulations, Vanity.
Yeah.
And finally, kind of similar to you, I think the two biggest winners outside of Sentinels coming out of the Iceland major would be you and this guy, Patiphan.
Ah, yeah. Is it Patiphan or Patiphan? I've been saying Patiphan.
I say Patiphan.
I've heard many different pronunciations.
Yeah, to be fair,
we should ask him.
I was just saying, yo, bro. That's it, mate. When the name's there. But yeah, I mean, in terms of us two coming out of this event, yeah, I mean, he's super cool. He seems like, for such a young dude, because he's quite young, and he's got a high skill ceiling, and also he's got, because of that skill ceiling, but also the big thing that like took me by surprise is his mentality. Despite his team losing, I think he was just grateful to be there. And even when they were losing rounds, he seemed really positive on stage. Now, I don't know if that like is that him all the time, whether he's like me when it comes to being on stage and just super positive. But I generally think that if he's like that with his team like all the time, then he'll be like a future star player just because of being a good teammate. He'll be in a top team, you know.
You got
about getting him out there.
You got to give us one word though.
Oh yeah, it's a one word thing. Sorry, I thought it was a speech. I was just talking about Patiphan. One word. Brother from another mother. Brother.
Brother. Oh, that's cute.
Yeah, parentheses. Yes,
Yeah.
parentheses from another mother.
That's very, very cute. We got 2 more left. So the penultimate word is overrated.
Overrated. What is overrated? I don't even know. I don't even thought about who's overrated. What is overrated?
It could be. It doesn't have to be a person. It could be anything. Like anything that's overrated.
Pizza.
Oh,
Wow.
straight. Oh my god. People are gonna hate you for that one.
Jesus. Whoa.
And in which case, what is underrated?
Fnatic. I guess I don't really know what's underrated. Brimstone on Bind. I say Fnatic. I think we've lived I think people seem to underrate us every tournament, and we seem to always surprise. So I'm gonna say Fnatic. Like people thought we were gonna get like a tough game versus Crew, tough game versus other teams that we face, and we seem to always prevail despite that. So I think we've just got this kind of like ability that we're all a bunch of goofballs. So people think like, oh, this ain't a winning team, but we somehow seem to always kind of like rise up and like show up on when it counts, you know. So yeah, I'm gonna say Fnatic, even though like people do rate us now, so we're kind of not underrated, so we're just rated.
Well, thank you very much, Boaster. We're going to head into our last segment, which is the cooldown section. Now, Tyler has already mentioned this earlier. You were pretty much an overnight success. I'd say like maybe the press conference day is when people who outside of Europe were like, who is this guy? And I think from there on, it's just been like not even kind of an upward trajectory, but like a skyscraping trajectory. How have you, I guess, dealt with that? Is there more pressure now you feel like for you guys to do well? Is there more pressure now for you to put out content and so on?
First of all, thank you for the question. No, I mean, since getting like a lot of support and a lot of followers and a lot of attraction, no, I don't feel any different in terms of pressure. I've always felt pressure and I've always wanted to win. So like when we start practicing again, which is like after this weekend, we're definitely going to get back on the grind, and I'll feel the same pressure as I did before. Like, I don't want to be losing to teams I feel like we shouldn't be losing to, and I want to be making it to Berlin. So that's the only pressure I feel. I don't feel any added pressure from having more supporters. If anything, having more supporters just makes me enjoy my time even more. Like I've got people that I kind of want to like impress with some new stuff, you know, and like I said, I want to be a role model to some of these people and whatnot, and like people to respect me as an IGL and as like a leader and whatnot, similar to how I was with OG Seb, you know, when he played the Dota team. So I kind of want to and obviously like Glaive and Sean Gares and whatnot in CS if I was to go into CS. So that's kind of how I want to be. I want to be seen like that, and so there's no pressure for that. I just got to be myself and do the best I can, and try and facilitate my teammates to also do the best that they can. And if we can do that and we can all have fun, then don't keep it too negative and whatnot. Then we're having a great time. And yeah, that's kind of how I feel. I mean, it's just great. I'm trying to give back to the community on my streams, so then we get more of a competition in this. So I'll be a pro for about a month after people start watching my streams, because they'll be learning so much. Nah, joking. But yeah, I think I've answered it.
When it comes to those people, I think a lot of them, you know, even a lot of your new fans would be surprised to think that you're actually 26. Like they would think, you know, maybe a bit younger, 22, 20, 23, but you're actually 26, and you've had a long, you know, kind of run up to like a tough grind. Like, what pushed you to go to be a Valorant pro? I mean, you were a vlogger, you're doing more of, you know, the personality side, like me and Yinsu, but you never made it to tier 1 of either League of Legends or CS. What pushed you, or it gave you the belief that you can make it in Valorant? Because I think if you had made like a Reddit post on Valorant competitive being like, hey guys, I'm Boaster, I'm a I'm a vlogger who never made it tier 1 in CS or League of Legends, but I want to go in pro in Valorant. Most of them probably would have, just shit on you. So what in your mind kept you going and saying, I could do this, I can be a pro at Valorant. I don't care if 99% of these guys are CS tier 1 pros, I can do this.
Well, I always thought I could go pro in Counter-Strike. I just didn't feel like I had any options, or there wasn't a clear path to get there. It was it was almost like luck, right place, right time, and either I have to be exceptionally skilled. And I wasn't an exceptionally skilled player. I was just an okay teammate, and I worked really hard. And I knew that if I could get there, then I could make it. But unfortunately, real life came, and I had to get a job, and thus XL came knocking about. They were like saying they were going to be in the LEC and they wanted a vlogger. I was like, well, that sounds kind of cool. Like vlogging, I like vlogging. It's quite creative. I can learn some skills on the way. And so I just went and did that. And then I was like watching League of Legends games. And as I understood it more and more, I was like, maybe I can go pro in that. Like there's inner drive to like really want to be pro. And that's all I've wanted to do really ever since I packed up my theatre career. And I didn't want to give up really. And I felt like I was still young and still eager and whatnot. And I still thought I was good enough. And then, yeah, I heard Valorant was coming out, and League wasn't really going as well as it could be in terms of like I wasn't able to play it enough because XL was there was a lot of work to be done there with the vlogging and stuff, and they wanted a lot more of me. And I kind of, when Valorant came out, I was like, yo, XL, like I think I'm gonna try and go pro in this game. If you want, like you can have me as like a Valorant content creator, or I'm probably gonna head off and just like really, I've got £10,000 to my name. I'm gonna just like, I've got about 8 months to a year of grinding before all that money runs out, like on rent and whatnot. I'm gonna try and go pro. And yeah, and that's kind of what happened. I just left, and I knew I had a time limit. And I knew that what I wanted, and I just worked as hard as I could because the game was new, it was fresh, and those that work hard and have a certain amount of skill could be rewarded with that. And that's kind of how I did it. I don't know if that was a bit of a long little speech there. You can probably trim that out a little bit because I probably talked for ages. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
Pretty much the plot to Naruto. Congratulations. pretty much the plot to Naruto. Copy pasted, beautiful ending. Now you just have to win champions. That's the type of story where you have to end it with like, yeah, and then I won the first world championship in front of 20,000 fans, and it was confetti, and then there was like explosions. Yeah, you have to win now. It's just kind of
the Doing B of Valorant.
Yeah.
I like Doing B.
You have the same personality. You have that same kind of energy. Like, and I've interviewed both of you. I mean, both of you have that kind of like whimsical energy. Like you're kind of like fantasy characters that came to life. So yeah, I definitely think you could be the Doinby of Valorant, and especially get those Chinese numbers pumping. Like push it out. Tell the Chinese fans.
Yeah, I do love Chinese songs right now, and I love China.
Well, the question is, would you rather be the Doinby of Valorant or the Seb of Valorant? Because you've mentioned both of these guys in this interview, and you admire them both.
Oh my goodness. I think I like both of their stories, but they're two different people in terms of like what they bring to a team. Like, so it's really hard. I like to be the Boaster of Valorant, combined with Doinby and Seb and some other players. That's it. Maybe throw TenZ in there too. I get his same training routine, and I'll be popping some heads.
Love that. And speaking of your transition into Valorant as well, you weren't an IGL before this. We have so many pre-established IGLs in the game: Shazam, Angel, Existence. Like these are huge names from other games that have had years and years, and some of them even decades of IGLing experience going into this. Whereas you're a fresh newbie, and you've managed to kind of earn the respect from a lot of players and fans as well. And what was your decision? Why did you decide to become an IGL in Valorant? And what would you say has been like the hardest challenge for you in that journey?
Well, originally I wanted to be a Jet AWPer, but then I decided that no one was picking me up, and I had to go, like I said, in CS, I wasn't the exceptionally skilled player. I was a good teammate and a hard worker. And where does that, and towards the end of my CS career, I was an IGL. So combine those two together, I have to be an IGL. I just went to an IGL, found my team, worked hard, and I already understood the game, and I understood like quite a lot of big brain kind of things in terms of Counter-Strike and rotations and whatnot. I understood the game, so then I just tried to teach the boys, and I'm just like to be creative with strats and whatnot, and that's kind of how I did it. Like just worked hard. Like there was no relaxation really. Like maybe a day off in a week or barely a day off, because I'd still be wanting to grind and make strats and whatnot, just to be ahead of the game, because that's what you got to be. You got to always be one step ahead of everyone else. It's a hard competition, tiring.
Still running that Naruto storyline, man. I feel like you're just copying and pasting, like hard work 24/7. I gotta be the top of the game.
Yeah, I have to.
Hard work got me doing. I don't have the natural skill to get here. I had to grind every bit of my bones to get here. Finally, have reached the apex. But yeah, final question. A little bit. Going back to your XL career. Last week on Showstopper, we had TenZ on, your mortal enemy, your rival, best friend, possible finals opponent at Champions. And I said that because of, I mean, we both know this Boaster. North American League of Legends is, it's not the greatest. They haven't done much. Going to Worlds usually is a very short trip for our region. So I made the suggestion, why not just send Sentinels? Even though most of them have probably never played League before, I feel like their mentality would at least give us a better chance than some of the teams we sent. So I must ask you, if Fnatic, let's say right before Worlds, Fnatic qualifies, all of them come down to food poisoning and they say, Boaster, we gotta send you and your boys over to China to play in the World Championship, League of Legends. First off, what's going through your mind, and what would the lineup be in terms of positioning for the Fnatic Valorant League of Legends World team?
I'd be thinking about time. I've had a few dreams of me playing Akali on stage back in the day when I was a vlogger for the LEC. So I'd have to whip out my Akali on stage, get a quick 15-minute world's quickest loss, but it'll be a good one nonetheless.
So you're mid. So you're going mid. You're just like on the mid again.
In an ideal scenario, if we had ages to practice, probably Derke is the sort of mid player, and I'll have to be like support. I'd be like a Rakan or something. But no, I'd say in this scenario, we'll put me mid, we'll put Mistic top, we'll put Derke jungle, we'll put Doma
oh
ADC,
my god, Doma and Magnum bot lane would just be a train.
I just rushed that drafting system, but I don't think that will work. Maybe I'll have to swap. I'll have to swap Doma, Magnum and Derke, and then Doma would have to play support, but I don't think he's even going to be doing that. So it's doomed. We're doomed. That's the struggle we have in Valorant right now. We're running out of agents to play for people.
Hey, a new one's coming soon. A new one is coming soon.
It is indeed. That's a great segue, Tyler, because we're definitely going to be talking about the new agent on the next episode of Showstopper. But for today, thank you so much, Boaster, for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you very much for having me. I really appreciate it. And yeah, it's been a nice little chin wag, little chat. And hopefully you'll see us at Berlin.
Yeah, we hope so too. Thank you very much again to Tyler as well, my co-host. Make sure you guys drop a like on this video and subscribe if you enjoyed our content. And we'll see you next week.